All right, this is going to be Lady by Little River Band. This one's for Vince. This one's got a lot of really fun, cool parts in it. It's got a cool intro. It's got a great finger picking part. It's got some cool strums, some cool progressions. It's got the guitar solo we're going to be able to do here on the Baritone Ukulele. So let's get on into it. We got... Okay, so we got 4 and 3. 4 on the G string, 3 on the second string. Here we go. We're going to those 2s, so we want to bar those 2s on the 2 middle strings there. So we'll do that twice, and then we're going to go to the big strings, the 2s, and then we're going to come down to the 3rd and 2nd strings, opens. So, and then the second part, it's going to go the 4s, 3s to 2s and back, and then we're going to slide into the 7s. I use these 2 last fingers there, the ring and the pinky. And then 6, 5, 2 to the 4, 3 to the opens. So it's... Then you wait a second. You got a D with the F sharp bass there. And then we're into our picking part. Now when this chord hits at the end, there's a little riff that does that. So it's 10, 9 to 7, pull off, and then 5. And then that kind of holds with that chord. Dun, 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 dun. And then we get into our picking thing. Now how I like to do this is put this first finger here on top of the second. Then I can move it out of the way. Because what we're doing is 2, 2, open 2, open 2, open 2. And then I flip it over here so I can reach this 4, because we got to play that 4. So I'll have my first finger come in and get the 2. So it's big 4 and then 2, open 2 on these bottom 2. So it's back to the open G there. Okay, so let's try that real slow. It's 2, 2, open 2, and then open, same picking. Now we go to the 4, flip this finger over here, picking kind of stays the same on top there. Back to the open, you can keep that finger there for that one. And then I'll pop in and flip that around. So 3 and 4 and... We'll do a little slower. 3 and 4 and... Okay, so that happens a lot of times in the song, so that's a really good one to practice. Go at your own pace, and once you get it a little faster, that'll be about the pace of the tune. So there's like 10 times of that, between 2 times setting it up and 8 times with the singing. Then the last time, we go to the open, to the 4, to the big 2 here. So you can kind of tell that you're moving somewhere else, so it's... Now we're going to go into what I call part B, which is going to be 2, 4, 3, and open. It's like kind of an E7 chord. So we got 2, and then 4 on the G, and then little string to second string. So we're going to do that 4 times, and then there's one little exception one where we're going to go 2, and then open, 2, open. That's like when he sings and his melody changes a little bit. So we have 4 of these. And then 2, open, 2, open on the B, and then we're back into these. We have 3 more of those, and we have 1 more of those. And then we have 2, 3, 4, 5. And then kind of strum the big strings of the chord there. So it was 5 of those things in a row then. So we have 4 of them, and then the switch, 3 of them and then the switch, and then 5 of them and then a chord. So it's 3, 4. And then we're back into, this is part A. So this one has 4 of these. I believe it's like 2 setups and 2 singing. And I always watch for the last one, might go to that lower one. Now we're gonna move into this D chord here. We got do that once. Then we have an E to D. So our D thing was down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down, up, down, down. And then we have an E, down, down, up, down, down, up to D, down, down, up, down, down, up. Back to this one, but this one's gonna be a little different. So he kind of changes his melody a little bit, so it's gonna be the same thing twice. And then we're gonna go into the normal one. And then we're gonna go into one that has the lower note at the end. Now we're into the lady part. Da-dum, 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 da-dum. So down, up, down, up, down, down kind of thing. A, same strum. Back to D. Now we got our riff with the low one in the bass at the end. And then we have like a, you can kind of rake that one. So you get a really big E. Back to the A there. So that whole turnaround from the lady, the D was 3, 4. It's like 2 bars of D and then A. D. Back to A. So it's 3 times of the D. Now this 3rd time of the A is going to be the main picking part. And then we get to that E. And then we go back to A right there. Now we have a solo we're going to do. We're going to go. So we got 7 to 9. 2 times, sliding up quick. And then we have, we'll do 2 again, but we'll hit an extra 9. Quick slide from 9 to 7, whichever finger you want. 5, 7, 5. So. Two more of those, and then we have this riff. So that's 5, 6 on the G, 5, 7 on the B, 5, and then 7 to 9. And then kind of pause for a second, down, and then D down, 7, 5. Okay, and then we're gonna have a part that's 12 to 14, and then 12 again. That's gonna be 10 on the 2nd string. We got a 12 to 14 and back to the 10. So here we're gonna wait a little bit, and then a new measure starts. We're gonna come in this 12 down here. So that's kind of a tricky one. We got a little 12, and then G string, we got 9, 11, 12, and then 9, 12 on the 2nd, and then little 9 back to that 12. 12 up to 14 again, to the 12. And then we got 9 to 10. That same kind of back and forth, up and down. So this high thing again, we got. And then our last riff is. So that's 9, 11 on the G, 10 on the B, 12 to 14, quick one, little 12. One of those dudes again. Okay, and then we get into the, so I'll do a review of the solo we got. Okay, then we're back to our main thing, but we're not going to finger pick it. We're going to go like, kind of like strumming two of them. So there's 8 of those, and then we're going to go into that part B again. Back into this. This is going to be a little different. So it's got one of those chick into an A chord. So 2, open, 4, and then we got the lady. So back and forth, D to A again. And you'll have 3 Ds again. Here comes a D third time. Now this time we got our main riff, that E D, main riff again. That'd be kind of going back to E, D, E, and then we're into this. We have a little fill in there that comes in at that second one of the A's. It's like 2, 0, 2, 2. Maybe a quick hammer, and then 4, 2, and then slide back and forth, 4 to 6 and back. Pull off to the 2, and then da 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 da. So you got pull off, 2. Okay, so that's one more cool little fill for that. So it would fade out on that part. All right, Lady by Little River Band. There'll be a tab with this. Thanks for the request, Vince. We'll talk to y'all soon.